Hey guys, I'm back with another video, and today I'm going to be telling you about everything you need to know about the core engineering placements. I was placed in Reliance as a GET, Graduate Engineer Trainee. That is basically the first post you get as a graduate, and in civil engineering. So this is going to be targeted to all the students who are in third or fourth year setting for placements in civil engineering. So I have not only sat for placements in Reliance, I have sat for other companies as well, and didn't get select. So I will also let you know the mistakes that you need not commit. So there are this video will be divided into two parts: technical, then the HR round. So first of all, we'll be talking about the technical part, and I'll also emphasize on the HR part. I've seen a lot of YouTube videos, but they do not emphasize on the HR part. And to be very honest, I feel that HR is also as important as the technical part is. So coming to the technical part, there are total main 5 subjects that you need to by heart, like at least the basics. These are design of reinforced concrete, soil mechanics, analysis of structure, mechanics of solid, and building material. Yes, building material is the most important topic for an interview, because in interview, building materials is the topic that is least touched in a competitive exam. But in interviews, the weightage of building material is pretty high. So I would suggest you to go through building materials really well. And so coming to the topics that you need to by heart, like you definitely need to by heart before the interview. So these are all last minute tips, and this will definitely help you. So first of all, the in design of reinforced concrete, you need to be you should knowing all the main IS codes like IS 456 and everything that are used very frequently. These are some IS codes that are used very frequently, and these are asked as well in the interview. So this is something you should be prepared for. Now then, the other question is the use of covers. You know, the covers at the end of the reinforcement, that use of cover is also a very important question. You should by heart the use of covers and everything. Then we have the use of different structures and what are the load bearing. So I'll give you all four what you should learn. So these are beam, lintel, column, and foundation. What are the functions of these and what load do they bear? Please Google it out or whatever, but just make a note of it before the interview, because there's a pretty high chance that in any core civil engineering interview they are going to ask you this. Then we have the building materials, in which volume of cement bag, weight of cement bag, these are definitely that can be asked. Specific gravity of cement, all types of defects like bleeding, honeycombing, light ends, milk of concrete, whatever it is, you should definitely look at that as well. Then we have the super plasticizers, common super plasticizers and admixtures that you have to learn, like retarders and accelerators, and what are example. Like you need to, if you know 2 examples of these, that would be more than enough. That is, I think, more or less the complete. And also different types of cement is also something that is you should learn, like all the different types of cement. We have Portland cement, the usual cement, the different cement. That is I think I'll cover the most of your building materials. Then comes the SFD and BMD, the shear force diagram and the bending moment diagram for analysis of structures. For the two basics are the simply supported beam and the uniformly supported loaded beam. For this, you need to learn all the formulas and the SFD and BMD. If you learn, because they'll be directly asking you a very simple question for SFD and BMD, and if you just draw the right diagram, that would be more than enough. And also one more tip: if you don't know the answer, you can simply say no, I don't know. So if you can think for 2 minutes and you can say no, I don't know about that, and that is more than enough. And now coming to soil mechanics. So in soil mechanics, you need to make sure you know the coefficient of curvature and coefficient of uniformity. That is some D60 and D10. I don't remember the formula, but yes, you need to by heart these formulas of coefficient of uniformity and coefficient of curvature. And also D60 and D10, you should also remember the exact definition, like what does this D60 and D10 stands for, because this is also something a lot of people, interviewers ask. And I had a great interview. It was very polite. The interviewer was very polite, and it was very basic question. Also, this was an on-campus recruitment, so it was relatively easy than the off-campus. As far as I know, the off-campus interviews are usually tougher than the on-campus. But whatever experience I have for the on-campus, I'm letting you know about that. So this is all about technical round, and I'll also attach a PDF in which you will get all the data, which all the questions, and you should by heart. And I'll add some additional pointers as well. Now coming to the HR part. So in HR part, what they ask is, you obviously know, you should know everything about your resume. So in my resume, I had some freelancing experience. So the dude was like very chill. He was trying to be very polite with me, and I had some freelancing experience. So he asked me, so in future, would you like to pursue this as a full time thing? But I was like, you trust me. They ask you very politely, and you would be like very. There's a pretty high chance that you would end up telling him the truth, but you don't have to tell the truth. He's not your friend. You have to say, no, I'm very interested in civil engineering and I would like to pursue that as my career. And the other thing, whatever, if you had any experience, that was just your hobby and you did it during COVID or something. I did that during COVID, so I told them that. The next question was asked was ki, okay, since if after you get placed, you will be getting to a remote area. Usually the GTs are located to a remote area. For me, it was Jamnagar, and I was supposed to be relocating to Jamnagar, and that was the case. So he asked me, so you currently live in Hyderabad. I'm from Bishrani, Hyderabad campus. So in Hyderabad, will you be able to manage in Jamnagar? Are you capable enough? So I told him, so I'm actually from Varanasi. So I told him, sir, I've been to a lot of big cities and I really don't like it there because it's better when you are less crowded and stuff. Basically, you have to make things up, whatever is relevant to you. HR questions are very simple, but they can trick you sometimes and they would try to be very frank with you. You don't have to be frank with them at all. I'll repeat, you don't have to be frank with them at all because they'll act like a friend, but they actually are not your friend. You have to be very professional during the HR time. In technical, you can be a little unprofessional because they are just checking your technical proficiency. But in HR, you have to be very professional and answer very carefully. You take 2 minutes of your time, but be sure to be sure to tell him the answer he wants to listen to. So that's all my take on the Reliance interview. It was pretty good. I didn't join it eventually, but yes, this was the interview experience, and I haven't found any YouTube channel or YouTube video which helped me in this interview for Reliance specifically. So this is Reliance specific, but yes, I have given interviews for L&T as well. And that was my first interview, so I wasn't very confident as well. So in that also the questions were more or less on the similar line. So, but I wasn't able to answer due to lack of confidence. I had knowledge, but I sputtered and I couldn't do it. But in Reliance, I got placed ultimately. So that is all I wanted to talk about. Hope this information was really helpful. Hit a like if you found this helpful, and I'll attach a 2 page PDF in which you'll get all the questions for HR as well as technical. So that is all everything I wanted to talk about. Thanks a lot. Thank you for watching my video, and please do subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks a lot.